Ready for your chat with Radovid.
No reason to delay it.
Follow me then.
Halt!
We're here to meet King Radovid.
Have you been granted an official audience?
We have information about the Kingslayers.
Everyone knows the killer is the Witcher from Rivia.
Then everyone is wrong.
Not my concern. I cannot risk placing the King of Redania in harm's way.
We bring Radovid news that will strengthen his position during the talks. Care to risk his wrath? Besides, this camp is swarming with soldiers. We'd have to be stupid or suicidal to attack Radovid.
Pass then, if your news is so important. But one word from the King and you'll hang. Both of you.
Don't you worry about us. Temeria stands little chance of surviving if Radovid has made terms with Kedwin.
Even less if he's made a pact with Nilfgaard. He and the Emperor could divide the entire north between them.
I take pleasure in seeing Kedwin picked apart.
But they'd start with the country deepest in chaos, so you'd best hope nothing of that sort has happened.
Remember when he rode to
The White Wolf?
which was
I can't believe it!
rebellion. Didn't want advisors, no bodyguard then.
Did you request an audience with the King?
Yes.
The King will receive you.
Geralt of Rivia.
Your Majesty.
As usual, you turn up where and when you're least expected. And in such company. I never thought they'd make a soldier out of you.
Vernon Roche is a friend. He's in uniform, sure, but that's meaningless.
The world has changed greatly since we met those few months ago. Temeria stands at the brink of civil war. Kedwin has taken the Pontar Valley by force, and a Nilfgaardian delegation plays a prominent role at the summit of the Northern Kingdoms. Voltest and Demavend are both dead. Though it seems we were signing treaties just yesterday. Henselt was butchered in Vergen.
What's the delegation from Nilfgaard doing here?
Henselt invited them. Before he died.
Shillard Fitzhestelan would never miss an opportunity like this one. He'll come to the talks and stage his favorite drama.
Why did you bring the Knights of the Order here, Your Majesty?
The Order of the Flaming Rose is here to ensure that the talks remain peaceful. We wish to avoid a second Thanedd.
I've come here for help, Your Majesty.
Wait, Witcher. Were it not for you, Henselt would have perished at the hands of an assassin. Am I right?
I only delayed his death.
Do you know how he died?
Yes, I was there.
Speak then.
I killed him. Henselt had Roche's unit murdered. I can't call it anything else. In doing that, he signed his own death sentence. When he was looking for Saskia in Vergen after the battle, I cornered him in a hut and I killed him.
What about Death Mold?
He followed orders and deserves the same.
Maybe we can come to some sort of arrangement. You said you needed help, Witcher. Tell me more.
Who's representing Kedwen?
Only the sorcerer Deathmold and his men are in Loch Muin. But Deathmold represents himself.
If Temeria is in turmoil, then who has arrived to represent it?
Constable Natalis, the hero of Brenner, which is good. His presence is like a slap on Shillard's face delivered by the North.
Sheila de Tanzerville is behind the murderers that hit Temeria, Eddern, and Kedwen.
How do you know?
I found one of the assassins after Henselt's murder. Before he died, he revealed de Tanzerville's role to me.
Why you in particular?
He knew me from the time I can't remember.
Your past troubles me, Geralt. But I have more pressing matters today.
It all makes sense. Shillard Fitzestelin warned me about a plot. Apparently, Triss Merigold confessed to him that the sorceresses had set up a secret lodge.
Triss is working with Shillard?
She's been detained as a suspect. Shillard believes the sorceresses of Nilfgaard were also part of the conspiracy. Luckily, the entire amphitheater is under a spell that quells any magic. Otherwise, no one would dare go near all those mages. Well, the talk's beckon. Everyone wants to see Temeria's bitter end.
What do you mean by that, Your Majesty?
The nobles are rebelling in Vizima. Lacking a ruler, they simply want to divide the kingdom into provinces.
Divide Temeria! Shame on the traitors!
Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Anais, the daughter of Louisa and Foltest, lives still. After Foltest's death, the La Valettes came to prominence. Louisa's uncle, Baron Orville, became one of the most important people in Temeria. He wanted to see Anais on the throne, but Vizima was still in turmoil. They sent her to Loch Muin anyway to declare her queen before the entire North. During the journey, the girl was kidnapped. Arian La Valette asked me to use my connections to find his sister, which I did. My people tell me Anais is here in Loch Muin, in Deathmold's hands. I cannot mount an armed attack on the Kedwenis. It would be tantamount to declaring war, and we have gathered here to maintain peace. A lone witcher and a former soldier, that would be a different matter. Bring me Anais, Geralt, and I'll salvage a united Temeria, and punish those whose hands are stained with the Temerian king's blood.
What about Sheila?
Easy, Witcher. I have ways to deal with impertinent sorceresses. I have managed to tame Philippa Eilhart. Why shouldn't I do so with Sheila de Tanzerville as well? The girl is most important, Witcher. I would look after her. Take her back to Tretogor in Redania, where she would mature under the caring gaze of her half-sister and my wife Ada. When she's of age, she can claim the throne and thus guarantee Temeria's sovereignty. I must attend these talks, Geralt. Time is short. Bring me the girl, the two of you. Men without country or commander. Renegades that no one seems to have taken into account. I, in turn, promise that Sheila de Tanzerville will pay for her deeds. I shall punish her with fire and steel.
An alliance with Redania is our only chance at preserving Temeria's independence.
It's still risky.
Anais, she's the key.
I still wonder about Busi's death. The boy would have had a stronger claim to the throne.
Maybe Anais can tell us something. It's high time we visited our old friend, Deathmold.
The Emperor's men hold Triss. They'll get everything they can out of her, after which she'll be dispensable.
If it's between the sorceress's life and Temeria's future, then I've no choice. I'm sorry. This is no place to talk. Let's wait till we're beyond the gate.
crow. Something white. Bear, crow, something white.
Where the hell are my pants?
What do you want here?
What's he doing here?
Roche! Roche!
Just the person I'd be looking for were I not forced to seek Anais Lavalette. You have much to explain, Brigida Paperbrock.
Oh no, you'll not pin this on me. I trusted you and you sent me into a den of vipers. Vipers!
Another mess.
This is no time for pleasantries, Geralt. Calm yourself, Brigida. You were to watch Foltest's children. I saw nothing dangerous in the task. Obviously, I was wrong, but I need your help. Anais has been kidnapped. Boussy is likely dead. I need to know how this happened. I need to know the details.
You knew well what you were getting me into. You know that entire rotting bunch. The Count, the Baron.
Not half as well as you do, my dear. Who were those men?
Not so fast, Roche. I have been hiding in this city for 3 days, scurrying about like a rat. They're hunting me. I'll not let you leave me here.
What do you propose?
Escort me out of the city, to the river.
What will that get you?
I expected I would need to fend for myself. I've secured passage. Take me there, and I will tell you all.
It's a long way.
You've a traitor in your camp, Roche. Perhaps more than one. What happened to Foltest's bastards is no series of coincidences. It's the result of a clever, treacherous game.
Damn it all. Geralt, I need to look to Anais, learn how we're to get to her. But Brigida might know what happened to Boussy. Thus far, we've heard nothing but rumors. Take her to the river.
All right, Roche. I'll help you this one last time.
I'll search for a back way into the Kedweni camp.
You're forgetting. I came here for Triss.
Whatever you decide to do later, so be it. But a traitor in the Temerian camp threatens us all. Escort Brigida, learn what you can.
I'd thank you, Roche, if you weren't such a shit.
I'm counting on you, Geralt. Brigida must get to her destination safely.
Good luck, Roche.
Greetings.
The White Wolf? I can't believe it!
Geralt of Rivia, I am delighted to see you among the living and the free.
Are you serious, Count?
Such an injustice to lock you up without so much as a hearing, and then the beatings, the torture. It's barbaric, I tell you, based on pure prejudice, the presumption of guilt.
Actually, if I'd seen what they saw.
But alas, such is my homeland, filled with fear, and thus ruthless, cold as stone, dark and severe in aura and mindset.
I suppose there's some truth to that.
A response at once cautious and reasonable. Admirable qualities in and of themselves, positively required in your profession.
If you say so.
But tell me, Witcher, what brings you here? Are you nipping at the heels of Foltest's killer, close to beheading the wretch, as I expect is your style? Do you require my assistance?
I just have some questions, Count.
Well, ask away by all means. I am finding you a skilled, if slightly reticent, conversationalist.
What brings you to Loch Muin?
Concern for my country, Witcher, and an express and somewhat surprising request from Constable Natalis.
Surprising. How so?
Surely you jest, Witcher. Truth be told, few could marshal loyal forces matching mine on such short order, a Baron Kimbold excepted. Yet, though I very much held Foltest's trust, I cannot say that many of my Temerian peers feel the same way.
Why do you suppose that is?
They resent me. I share neither their customs nor their beliefs.
I've got to say you stand out, Count.
I'm flattered, I suppose, but what specifically do you mean?
I haven't quite put my finger on it, but take a look around. Would you say you resemble your countrymen?
I thank the gods I do not. It is because I love my homeland that I am the first to note its faults, and they are many.
Care to elaborate?
Hypocrisy, superstition, lack of learning. Need I go on?
If you wouldn't mind.
Take you witches, for instance. The gods know we suffer a plague of beasts. Pre-conjunction, post-conjunction, magically bred and sprung from rotting marshes and the dark abysses of our land.
No such thing as pre-conjunction creatures.
You bite unnecessarily. We have but one remedy for this plague, dwindling in numbers as it may be, yet it is a remedy we revile. You are shunned, spat upon, turned away on stormy nights. Would you say this is reasonable?
It's the way of things.
Spoken like a true representative of a dying species.
Is a witcher a kind of sorcerer?
Witcher?
Kingslayer.
Baron Radovid Kimbold, I presume.
Does that Witcher's code of yours exempt you from court etiquette? Does it grant you the right to speak to the Highborn without being asked to do so?
I guess I don't need to introduce myself.
Oh no. I know who you are. Geralt of Rivia. Foltest's other favorite hound alongside Roche. Not purebred. They say you bring trouble wherever you appear.
They're gonna re-establish the Conclave. I didn't expect so many Temerians to show up for the ceremony.
We're not here for some magic pomp and circumstance. This is about celebrating a new order in the Northern Kingdoms.
Is that so?
Your kind doesn't understand this yet, but your life is about to change. Forever.
My kind?
Wanderers and scoundrels. People, and I use the term loosely, without loyalty or country. People for whom coin is the law and everything's for sale.
What'll happen to Temeria?
Is that a note of nostalgia I hear in your voice? Remembering your service under Foltest, or recalling some romp in the sack with the royal advisor? Whichever it may be, spare me your courtesy. You don't care a lick about my country.
I know what I care about. That's why I asked.
Understand this. I'm talking to you only out of respect for Foltest, out of remembrance for him.
Haven't seen much evidence of that remembrance, aside from the rewards on my head.
They'd have hanged you if not for the testimony of little Anais.
So the girl finally talked.
Whoever that monk was, to me, he was just like you.
I take it you sit on the Council of Regents.
Not for much longer.
Why's that?
The Council will become obsolete. Temeria is a country one rules with a crown on one's head, or not at all.
A lot of people are out to don that crown.
But few have the right. As Foltest's cousin, the throne should be mine.
Or the royal daughters, Anais Lavalette's.
Dark will be the day when we are ruled by bastards. The nobles have decided to share power.
You said it yourself, Baron. In a crown or not at all.
Temeria will be divided into provinces. A shameful end to the monarchy. A shameful end to the country.
Kingslayer.
One day someone will get you in a dark alley.
Roche may trust you, but I'm not so sure. What do you want?
Representatives of the Council of Regents. Did any come with you?
Only Baron Kimbolt and Count Maravel. The other 5 remain in Vizima. It seems that save Baron Orval, most spend their time trying to devise a way to undermine Anais's claim to the throne.
Kimbolt and Maravel. What's their stance?
Well, they've taken opposing positions, as one might expect. The Baron believes Anais's origin, if you will, stands in the way of her taking the throne, though it's common knowledge that he would simply prefer to seat himself on it. Whereas Maravel has said that Foltest's children have his full support. He stated this in Vizima before the entire council. One thing is certain, words come cheap. Those two may change their minds in a flash if Anais is found and recovered.
Impressive summit, but not all the players have their representatives here.
The most important do. The mages thought about inviting everyone, but time is short.
I've seen a Nilfgaardian delegation.
Scandalous, as I see it. They're here at Henselt's bidding. Before long, he'll be inviting them to his war councils.
The mages will want to get as much as they can out of this summit, and monarchs don't generally like others dictating terms. This may end in a row.
There will be no row. The mages now rely on the mercy of the northern kingdoms.
The amphitheater itself is also protected by an anti-magic shield, like the one used at Thanet.
The times of mage impunity are gone. They will be shown their place.